What do you think, Mr. Bean? Is it gonna work? You're gonna have a nice little spot to walk around for a while. No? Not cool? Okay. Hello everybody, this is Frogman and welcome back to Satisfactory. We kind of started doing a little bit of work last episode. We got some of the more technologies for the space elevator unlocked, so we can now kind of do a little bit more stuff. So I believe we have tiers 3 and 4 ready to play with as far as technology. And in between episodes, I have been a little busy. I went ahead and got this little mess turned around, and I know we keep playing around these, and everybody's probably like, well, why don't you just go ahead and do something with them? Go ahead and do something. Once you get them running, let's go do this. We're going to get to it shortly. Trust me. I'm still waiting on one more thing to be able to do the work, but we are going to turn some of this on today because we have to turn some of it on today because I broke some of the factory. So, anyhow, we have them split out to the way we can work for right now. And the unfortunate thing is probably by the time we get most of this running and ready to go, we're going to be able to upgrade to the next level of belts and upgrade to the next level of a few other things. And it's just going to be away we go with that. So again, copper is over here, iron is over here. I know this doesn't look like a whole lot. I mean, many of you know how Satisfactory goes. This is just the starter area. This is just going to be where our base is going to live and grow eventually. And I know that's only a few little smelters. This platform is probably going to go at least, well, if I can go the right direction, at least to where that rock is, if not further, as far as smelters. We're going to have at least that many smelters in line over there. Just to say to that point, because once we get to the point where we can actually actively beat up all 5 of these nodes, that's going to be a lot of smelters. Plus, we may do some other things. The copper, the reason why we made this the width that I did, with where it's, 4 wide. So if we've got 4 right here, 4 pieces, the reason why we're doing that is there's only 3 copper nodes within a reasonably close proximity to us. I believe there's another one way over there, somewhere off that direction, and there's also a couple of more big iron nodes over there that we may end up doing something with. This line is going to be ridiculous eventually as well, because once we get access to oil processing, we may end up taking this quite a ways, even probably further than I need to go, probably clear out there, because those are going to be turned into either the pure node functionality thing, or we may be mixing them with some of the iron. There's multiple recipes, multiple things, and I know you guys are those of you that have played this game know what we're talking about. I'm kind of speaking specifically to the people that haven't played Satisfactory yet. So anyhow, the base has expanded, or at least this general area has expanded. I'm kind of laying out ideas. Yes, I know it's gray. Give me some time. I need to be able to run some stuff through a awesome sync so we can get more tickets, so we can buy more base parts, so we can do a few more things. But for now, these ramps are very temporary. This wall texture is very temporary. I just don't feel like looking at the other thing. And yes, I know I can come in here and play with these colors and mess around with it. I need to go to my other save and import my colors from over there. I just have not done that. So I've got a pretty decent green and purple thing going on that I like, and it's cool and I like it, so we're gonna put it in here as well. Anyhow, the base storage area room is gonna be down here underneath the space elevator. We're gonna have to do some lighting, and we're gonna have to do some other things. That's a later on down the road kind of deal. I've gone ahead and kind of made a couple of things up already and moved some of the stuff up here. Some of it is being utilized, so I'm not worried about it, but we're just gonna kind of work on this. The reason why I wanted to kind of do this way, again, is because we're going to have plenty of space under here to deliver parts to this, and because of how this base is going to work, we're going to have lots of space to be able to bring in resources, or at least storage, from outside. So that's why this is as tall as it is, because once we build a product, we're going to put it right back into this central section. So there's going to be belts, there's going to be, well, I wish there was water, but I mean, we get pipes and things, so we won't need to bring pipes into the main storage room, but hey, it's going to be cool stuff. Anyhow, let's look at the rest of this mess so we can kind of get the idea of what we're going to do. And I know I was saying we're going to kind of do an inverted pyramid structure. It's going to be 4 by 1 by 4 by 1 by 4 by 1 until we run out of space. Now, so I figure what you're going to end up seeing is just rows upon rows of machines sitting above smelters, just keep going to the sky until we're running out of space. Part of that is going to be delivering the materials to those areas. And as such, the reason why I'm building this the way that it is that the trains are going to go around the top section up here somehow. We're going to build the main area open so big that we can build full train stations in the center of this thing and be able to deliver whatever we may need to deliver to here if we need to. A lot of the stuff we're going to be making is going to be made off site and brought back here. So a lot of the trains that we're going to be bringing in here are going to be bringing finished products to our base. All right, with the local stuff around here, what we're going to do is we're going to bring it in trenches so that we have plenty of space to play with. These are 2 wall height tall sections that should be more than enough space for me to be able to actually stuff plenty of belts and plenty of features behind this and be able to actually do some of the work. So again, when you're playing for your, what I'm going to say is beginning, we've been at Prelude, we've been before times where you're not even really sure whether or not you're going to play the game or not. We're actually kind of getting to that now. This is going to be starter base kind of stuff, so this is what we're going to use as far as being able to actually build a base that is going to be able to build the rest of the factories that we have to do. So I want to kind of make it somewhat organized and kind of somewhat decent. So all of these trenches are going to allow me to bring in materials from wherever I need to. Of course, we already know where most of the stuff is. Again, there's more iron and copper way the heck over there. And if the map was functional, I would show you. But I mean, I think the only thing I can do right now is do that. Come on, ding again. They're way over there. Yeah, those 2 guys right over there. Both of those are pure nodes. So if we need a lot more iron, we can get a lot more iron. There's also a bunch of iron over there. So we're going to build it so we can actually get into everything, and we'll slowly kind of cover some of this area up with various things. Now I've gone ahead and belted in what I could belt in as far as the 2 copper nodes over here. I did not go clear over to the 3rd one because we don't need it right now. And I've belted 3 out of the 5 iron nodes in over here. And as we notice, we're using concrete to kind of try to make things reasonably soft and smooth and nice and easy to do. Because once you start laying belts out on a flat surface, it beats the snot out of trying to lay belts out on this. So let's grab this one real quick, and we'll see if we can get what's its name to talk for a second for here. If you didn't know, for those of you that have never played this game before, you can cover nodes with concrete. So I can literally cover this entire node up. Let's that direction, and then I need to go away from me there. That node is completely covered now. If I grab one of these, the miner will still snap to it through a certain amount of foundations. And for those of you that like super clean looking factories with super clean, I want to get everything off of the ground and I don't want to see this terrible surface anymore, you can do that with this. You can just snap it right to it and away it goes, and it will be perfectly happy and work just perfectly fine. It's just a way of making things look a little better, and you can kind of, again, it's just so much simpler to lay foundation or belts out on foundations, because you don't have to worry about trying to find a straight line or dragging it out across the country or whatever. So anyhow, enough rambling, enough talking. I was just kind of busy building, and that's just how you end up doing things. So I've been slowly dismantling everything that's here while this machine slowly makes a bunch of reinforced iron plates for us, because we're going to need a bunch of them as we go forward, and I'm going to have to handcraft a whole bunch of other things. But let's go do the thing that we need to go do, which is back up here. Matter of fact, give me this, give me this, give me this, give me this. We've got a few more things we're going to pick up, put away. I got to bring that upstairs yet too. This is all going to stay here until we're ready to move it up. Let's go back upstairs and go hand in some stuff into the hub so that we can actually do some really, really good stuff. I want that. Yes, please. Take all my stuff. Every bit of it. Go. Boom.
Milestone reached. Coal is an improved alternative power source to biomass and can be fully automated if provided water with the new pipeline buildings and power throughout the initial setup. Coal has been added to the resource scanner. Note: ensure the close proximity of water to the coal production line. Note: pumps will aid in vertical transport of fluids through pipes. Note: throughput and volume indicators are added to each pipe section automatically.
Okay, that's a whole lot of notes and a whole lot of things. Coal production, as far as this game has gone through quite a few changes over the years, and it is the primary first way to be able to automate power so that you don't have to mess with it anymore. So we can get rid of these biogenerators. Now, with the last update or two, they changed the way certain things function with the game to the point where anything over power generators like these biogenerators continuously make the same amount of power all the time. They don't stop making power. They just keep, running over and over, constantly, forever. So the biggest problem that we're going to have to do now is that we need to be able to try to at least get a few of these things up and running so we can light this mess up, so I can start building the actual factory and actually be able to construct some of the stuff. We're going to need to be able to take all of this iron right here, specifically for that matter, and be able to turn it into these guys. So I need to go make, can we, do we have enough to make some rotors on me? Probably not. Probably completely out of screws. All right, so the whole reason why I wanted to even do this was to kind of show something about how this silliness is going to be. We talk about power, we talk about generation. These things are monstrous. But the biggest problem now is they take water. We have to provide them with water, and that's not a humongous problem with the area that we're going to need to go do to find some stuff. So we're going to have to feed it coal, we're going to have to feed it water, and we're going to have to do a few things. I think the thing that I want to go do before we go do anything else at all right now is we're going to go ahead and light up this section of the smelters so that we can start producing the rotors and the stators. And the reason why I want to do that is because in order to make the amount that I want to make of these right off the bat, we're going to have to do this. And we're going to have to do, we got to do the coal generators. I actually need to hook the copper up as well. Copper, so we can make copper piping and pumps. We need to be able to make rotors. We need to make the copper sheeting, and we need to be able to build fluid extractors. All of those need rotors and the fancy plates that we don't have. So let's go ahead and start playing around with this mess. So I think what I'm going to do for the time being is this is, again, we're going to kind of just do this to do this. We're going to be refactoring these things as we go. This right here should be able to run, this one little system right here, these two guys, should be able to run two constructors making plates. So what my whole point about how I want to do this is that I'm going to be able to kind of, just slap this stuff down however I feel like it almost, and then feed it from the lower layer. And I think I'm actually going to go ahead and move it forward. But let's slap some stuff down. Let's get some of this automated, or at least some of it automated, so that we can start building some more parts. So these guys are going to do iron plates. And this is going to come up from here, so I need the correct toolbar. Where is my splitter? The only problem with this doing the way that I'm doing this is that the smart mod is not quite understanding how I want to do things. So it'll put the pieces down, but it's not auto-correcting the distance because of the fact that I'm pointing them the way I want them to play, not the way the mod wants to play. So we're going to do this, and then we're going to bring this to about right there. Not like building on camera, right? There. That's a little... to the edge, please. It's fine. We got lots of space. That's the whole point of why I did this. Should hit the right button. Straight lines, please. All right, so those will go right straight into this, and then we can these will be 30 per minute, so we're definitely going to have 30 because there's 30 right here, 30 into 20. Then we can merge these, and again, probably we're going to keep doing this upward thing. So, well, of course, we're going to keep doing this upward thing. We're going to do that. Did that line up? No. Sometimes you get a little bit twitchy. Where's the line? There's the line. Okay. Is he back? Cool. All right, so those will combine, and those will make the plates that we need to be able to make the next section. So then the next thing we're going to need is we're going to need to be able to make, what is it, screws or rods? Let's make rods next. So rods are going to be similarly spaced. So, and again, these are all going to eventually just take over this whole area. Can I have that like somewhat in line, please? I don't care about down there. I mean, just making the things work. So rods, on the other hand, rods are going to be 15 per minute. So what I want to do with you is we're going to go ahead and do something kind of like that. So that is at 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And here we're going to go and do the thing with the thing. So get the right straight line. Where is it? And you don't have to put that one down if you don't want. I'm going to remove this one. And the reason why I'm going to do that is because 2 of those can support that many rod makers. And then these can be a production item, so we can do... Are those lined up? Yeah, sure. Just go down to the... Nope. What are you doing? Give me that. Where are you pointed? One thing I do love about that mod is it gives you a big stinking pink arrow to tell you which direction certain things like this are facing. So I love it. Then this one needs to be turned around and faced up. I mean, we could put these down prior to, but essentially I just want to make sure that everything, once it's made, it's heading uphill. All right, I think I like this idea. We're getting there. So the next big problem is we need to make screws, at least for the plates and some of the other stuff. So let's move these over. And we should have, what, one more ready to go? Screws are another thing altogether. Screws are going to take, at least at this point, iron rods, and then eventually they're going to have to be mixed in with some of the next things. So we're going to have to do something like this. So it's going to be iron rods into screws. Again, I'm going to make as many screws as we can, so we're going to make as many rods as we can. Go ahead and, you know what, just do it this way. Maybe we can save us a click or two. If we just do that, and then that. Set the recipe. And all of you are going to go into screw maker. Nope. It did it again. Gimme. Where's my thing? There. Put it that direction. Nice. All of you guys are going to go into screw makers, but since screw makers are constructors, we can just put them right next to this. And for now, probably we'll just do this. So we'll put the screws in these. We're going to have numbers. So 10 into 40, and these are going to be 40 into 15. My brain is not available at all. 4 times 15, 60. So that means we can run 6 of these, which is going to be quite a bit of screws. And again, probably not able to run all this. So now notice the problem. Notice the problem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The base is going to grow while we build it. We're going to get to a point where we're going to figure out how big we want this, and I think the size is probably going to be compared onto the somewhat squareness of that. So eventually this is going to go around the corner. For right now, we're going to do this. Go one more, and then go that way. Make it. Awesome. All right. So these ones, we can do something fairly simple like this. Make sure it's lined up. Do that all the way to the end. You didn't do it all the way to the end. Is that lined up? There it is. Give me one of those. These are gonna make screws. Now, the screws, unfortunately, I believe we're not gonna be able to manage to keep all of these happy. So it's gonna be 40. Yeah, so you're pretty much every one of these is gonna be its own line because we're not gonna be able to do much unless we start using some of the Mark V belts that we have. So we should be able to somewhat make that work. So every 3 will be a Mark V belt. So let's do this way. I'm gonna have to hand set every one of those. I'm gonna put you like that. And now I'm at iron plates. Be right back. Okay, got our parts. Let's start this over. We're going to attempt to put all these into a singular interface so that we can then play with it later. So we're going to do one that direction. I mean, I guess actually, let's just do this the easy way. Quit wasting parts. You give me this. Every couple of them. Is that straight? Yes. All right. So then you can go into there once I get you sorted. I am kind of particular of my belts. I like them at least reasonably straight for a little while. I mean, it's not one of those you gotta do it kind of things, but... So 3 of these will make the next tier of belt up that we can then feed something else. So one of those is gonna be a little short, that's fine. There's the line. Did you line up? No, you didn't line up, did you? Go. Thank you. All right, cool. And I'm just going to leave that guy alone for right now. Again, next step, this is all going to have to come up a level. Where is my walls? So we'll do that and all the way to the end. Boom. Can I get up there without falling down? If I just do... I know I can do this. I just got to do that, and then I'll jump right over it. So let's jump on the thing, jump on this, then do this. There, 1, 2, 3. No, this is the singular one. This is a singular level, yes? Done. Give me that. Give me that. There's the wall. And those are going to go down there. That's going to go that way. I hope you guys can understand why I went and got the stinking mod on it, because that would have taken us 10 minutes just to build this little section. Alright, so this needs to go 4. That direction. Okay, cool. So we have a measurement, so we can go all the way to the end, and then over. Done. Bang. Watch me run out of concrete. No, I think we got plenty. Nope, nope, nope. Let go. It moved on me while I was doing it. All the way to the end. Bang. I know I should have done this all the way to the end, and then hold this, roll it that direction. And then we can start putting assemblers down that are going to take all of the usable parts from here and make things. So we have, at this point right there, These are all iron plates. Those are iron plates. These are screws. No, wait a minute. Iron plates, iron rods, and a lot of screws. Right. Yeah. Okay, cool. So in order to get the rest of this going, we're going to need to bring up one of those to there. Actually, I think we're going to move this forward. This is where some of this fooling around is going to be, because we're going to get a little better at this once we figure out where we want all these pieces. And again, this stuff's all probably likely going to get torn down and expanded as we go. Which one is the output on that line? I think it was this one. Yeah, okay. Cool. There. There. This is the pain in the butt one. This is where it's going to get expensive because of the screws. The first major thing we're going to be making a lot of these parts out of or into is going to be these high dollar expensive, and I call them expensive, Mark II belts, because this early in the game, they're such a pain to build a lot of. We're going to build a lot of them. Hey, I said build. We're going to build a lot of them. Believe me, we're going to build a lot of them because we're going to need to build a lot of them. All right, so I guess with that being said, the first thing we want to make is a bunch of those. So we're going to make a single, and I know I built all of that stuff down there just to do things. We're going to build a single assembler making the rod, or making the plates and the rotors. So I'm going to start by probably, let me see. So this is going to need screws, and this is going to need plates. So we'll just bring you down here next to the plates, and we're going to plumb every bit of the plate that we're making out of this into that for now. I probably should just try to line it up nicely, huh? Because eventually there's going to be a half a dozen of these things, or a dozen or more of them. Where are we? It is on that line right there. Do that. What that's going to let me do, if I need it, is put a splitter right in between those two and split that off and get two more lines off of it should I need it. For right now, we're not going to worry about it. For right now, we're going to build these. And that is going to require the fun part that was the reasoning why I was doing this whole mess. Now I got to bring one of these screw lines all the way down there. How much screws do we need per minute to make this thing happy? 60. Do the same thing. Put it up a level. And then I'm going to split that off into a 60 belt. No, 60 belt. 60 belt. Pull it forward so that it's lined up decently. Thank you. Where did that go? No. That's not where we want you. Actually, let's just do this. Let's just run it down the way because there's not going to be anything right here anyway, and we're going to need, well, we're going to need how much for the other ones? Hang on a minute. What do we need for the rotors? Can we get back up here, please? Rotors are going to need maybe I should just do this. Let's just do it this way then. You are going to need, I know, all over the place, all over the place. We're just trying to get this running so that we can, next episode, build a crap ton of the coal burners. Coal is going to help us do a lot of stuff. Stand on it. You need to make rotors. 20 per minute, that'll be fine. You need 100 screws per minute, so you need your own thing. So we're gonna take 60 of this and run it all the way down to the other one over there. since it's cheap. And I won't have to worry too badly about that. For that matter, what I may do is we'll probably rebuild this whole section later. I'm going to do the dirty for now until I can afford to get some more belts for this thing. Because as soon as we can get the 60 belts, or that should say a lot more of the 120 belts, then we can make this work a little better. You know what I should do? I should just bring it all the way up to the height of that, huh? That's straight as an arrow. Nice. All right, cool. Well, keep going. You do this. Can you please place down here where you need to go? Where do you need to go? You need to be right above that. Do that. That. All right, cool. So then this can go down there. As dirty as that's gonna be. That's how we're gonna do that for now. And then we'll take a full, how much of this, this is the problem. I don't think I've got enough belts to get that one all the way down there, so we may have to switch these. I may have to switch these. I'm gonna take this off for right now because I don't need it where it is. Let's take it like this for now. Please tell me I have enough, because after this, all I gotta do is plug it in. That is not what I wanted. I wanted this one. 6. 5. I gonna be close. It's gonna be close. You are just ahead of that. You're about right there. Nope. Turn. Turn. It made it. Okay, cool. That's awesome. You make rotors, you make rotors, and then we bring power to these guys, and away we go. So, let me wire up some power, and then we'll plug everything in, and we'll see how much breaks. I'll be right back, guys. According to that, if you believe it, possibly, we might have enough power to turn some of this on. So I'm not going to hook up all the smelters because there's no reason to hook up all the smelters, and I'm going to leave some of this other junk on, off, whatever. And I've got a couple extra extender thingies to go with here. I'm going to bring this straight through the floor. Once we get some more better power, we need to work through some of this technology. You go over there. You stop doing anything because I don't need you guys over there anymore, and I need to rip that all out anyway. Let's go turn on a couple of miners and see what happens. See if we break everything. Nice. All right, we're gonna give that a little bit to get up here. Alrighty, we have screws running in that one. That's amazing. I'm gonna go ahead and put these in here for now. And we're just waiting on more screws for this one. Once they get here, which we're just now populating the rods down all the way to the end. Once that belt backs up, which it should here shortly, we'll get plenty of more stuff over there. All right, there we go. Getting there. These are going to be kind of slow to produce for a little while because they take quite a bit of screws, but we'll get there. Once all of those belts backfill, which we can see we've got iron all the way to there. Got iron to there. Iron through all of these. Once everything backs up and everything gets to going, we should be good to go, I think. I probably should just go ahead and do this for right now. And put that right there. There we go. Because we only need a 60 belt for the one, so we might as well be putting the extra off of that one over here. Come on. Make a rotor. Finally. All right, cool. I'm going to let this mess run. I'm going to build the production facility for... Can I get the thing? Boy, I love how good you can jump with those things. I'm going to build a facility, or the processing facility, that is going to require... Can you hit the right button? Tab is the one you want. We're going to turn the copper back on. We need to be able to make both the copper wire, the copper cable, and copper sheets out of what we have. So I will be... Oh, that's going to be fun trying to figure that one out. But I'll do that one off camera. I figure we do this one on camera just for fun so you guys can kind of see some of the silliness that it involves with doing this kind of thing. But for what it's worth, somehow, some way, and I know I'm bouncing all over the place, somehow, some way, we're not anywhere near our top. So we've got enough power over there to do a little bit more work. So I'm going to go ahead and get that going and get a couple of things done. Next episode, we're going to be going and taking care of the coal. And I hit the wrong button. Let's see where coal is close to us. I know where it's at. There's two of them fairly close. I mean, fairly close. But it's still a good run. There's one way up there. Several way up there. The ones we're going to go to are going to be those right there in front of us, just east of us, just above those cliffs, just over the top of those waterfalls, is a very magical place that I'll tend to build power almost every single time. And I'm pretty sure almost everybody in the game builds power up there. So until then, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. I know it's probably a long episode, but this is kind of one of those deals. This is just the first iteration of how this is going to work. This is going to get bigger as it goes, as we continue on up the wall. So I'll see you guys next one. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.